I'm Dr. Susan Gardner, a marine scientist and the director of the Ecosystems Division at the United Nations Environment Program. I've spent my career working on nature, across forests, deserts, and mountains, but my heart has always been with the ocean. I've been fascinated by the sea as long as I can remember. I even learned to scuba dive before I learned to drive a car. But the deeper that I got into marine science, the more I saw the threats facing our ocean. And I knew I had to do something about it. I started my career as a young scientist in the 1990s, studying sea turtles in Bahia Magdalena, Puerto San Carlos, which was a remote fishing village on the Pacific coast of Mexico. One day, a fisherman handed me a flipper tag from a loggerhead turtle, and that tag had two markings: an ID number and the word Okinawa. At that moment, that fisherman held in his hand the first proof of the trans-Pacific journey of loggerhead sea turtles from Japanese nesting beaches to Mexican feeding grounds 10,000 kilometers away. That experience really shaped me. It was one of my first real lessons in the power of connecting local knowledge with science. And I've carried that lesson with me ever since. Because science alone is not enough. We need to connect science to people, to policymakers, to communities, to businesses, so that we can turn knowledge into action. And that means making science accessible. People need to understand the problems and recognize the solutions and see that their efforts are working. Right now, with the crisis that we're facing, we need more science and more scientists than ever. And that means we need more women in science. We cannot afford to leave half the planet's talents on the sidelines. Women bring unique perspectives shaped by their lives and experiences that are often helping to uncover innovative solutions that their male colleagues might not see. Diverse teams drive better results. And it starts with encouraging girls to get into science at a young age. And more than that, we need to keep them in science. So we have to make sure that they see role models, women whose scientific discoveries are transforming our understanding of the natural world. And we need to ensure that every girl can see herself as a future scientist, making a difference for people and the ocean. I find hope in the next generation of young women leaders. I'm inspired by young women, like my daughter, who are smart and strong and stepping forward without hesitation. This generation, they're not waiting for permission, they're taking action and they're standing up for their beliefs and they're going where they're needed. And that gives me optimism, not just for the future of women in science, but for the future of our ocean. Thank you.